Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration.
Hi, Dewald. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show.
Right, legends, potential shorting opportunity. As I press the live button, my alarm goes off and potential shorting opportunity. We at the 0.786. We are at a naked point of control. We are dipping into a liquidity pool, right? And now I want to see if we are going to get the reaction and get the rejection to the downside, right? Woo! Moment of truth. Okay, we have grabbed the liquidity. We are still trading above, and you might be asking yourself, well, what on earth is Dewald using over here? Okay, yes, it's just something that I'm back testing or testing at the moment to see, okay, if it can replace this tool over here. I want to see if it can replace this tool. So legends, at the moment I'm waiting for the rejection. I need to get my exchange ready. Right, let's go. Okay, now the question is, right, legends, okay, I need to manage my risk. Woo, sometimes you can't do this quick enough, right? Let's just put 10 in there. Let's get it on the chart. Okay, first thing that needs to go in is my stop loss. Oh shit. You see, now this is what happens when you trade live. Close all. I should have opened a short, not a long. It should be a short, legends. Ooh, Dewald is yachting on nonsense over here, right? Let's enter the short. Let's put in the SL. Right, legends. I mean, it's worth an attempt. The risk management is absolutely amazing. Let's see if this trade is going to play out, right? High chance of being stopped out, but I mean, this is how we trade. Legends, currently we're getting the drop here to the downside. Still got the $100 account over here. Okay, cool, legends. Now I want to see if we get the rejection. We are currently trading below the levels, and this is what I like to see. Remember, the first tap is always the high risk tap. That is the high risk tap because now you have your stop above the high, and there's a chance that it consolidates and it does it again. It stops you out, right? I'm persistent. If I see the weakness below the price, I will re-enter the trade. Woo, I wanted to do this before I went live, but the price was just grinding, right? But now you've seen it firsthand. Entered the short, stop above the high. If I get stopped out and I see what I like, I will re-enter the trade. As long as price is trading above, okay, I'm not interested. Okay, I'm not interested if price is trading above, right? This is high risk at the moment, but I mean, the risk management is absolutely amazing. Okay, the risk management, what can I say, is absolutely amazing. High chance of being stopped out. Let's see if this trade plays out. There we go. I'm most probably going to be stopped out with this trade. Okay, but that is aggressive swing failure pattern for you. What you actually want to see, the best way to enter a swing failure pattern. Okay, it's the way that I've done it now, but there's another way. You wait for the back test. Okay, and that is where you enter, right? It's a safer way to enter the trade, but I mean, I'm seeing the reaction. We have dipped into a liquidity pool. Okay, small little liquidity pool, not much. It's a naked point of control. But a little bit further up, okay, a little bit further up, we also have a fresh daily level. I'm sure you guys have it on your chart. There we go. We still have a daily level. A little bit further up, we have a daily level. Okay, so if I don't get a reaction over here and price continues to the upside, well, there's a trade literally around the corner. I want to see how we're going to react at the daily level. Ooh, moment of truth, legends, moment of truth. Let me say hi to the beautiful community. Make sure that the music is nice and soft in the background. You guys can hear me properly. Okay, a nice little earlier stream today. Mr. Junior Mod in the house. Welcome. SGS, happy Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Okay, everyone getting ready for the weekend. Hi, Dewald, Ishan, Max, welcome. Talma, as always, I see you here in the live stream. Welcome, welcome. Hi, all. Hi, everyone. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, folks. I like you more than Andy. The intro is more epic. Okay, so as long as I keep the intro song epic, okay, it's good, right? It's good. Grab your coffee, check your charge, smash the like button, and let's dive into another epic session because profits and good vibes wait for no one. Absolutely. Thanks, Mr. Junior. Hi, Arena. Welcome to the live stream. Monica, Daniel from London. Daniel, hi, all from London. Wow, I've got people from all around the world here in the live stream. Elizabeth, smashed on my way in. That's how I like to know. That's what I like to know. Hi, everyone. Muhid, Kali, hi, Dewald, everyone. Hello, Dewald. Hello, everyone. Okay, cool. So now we have gone through most of the comments over UK over here. Okay, cool. Legends, let's do some technical analysis. Okay, and now luckily price is where it needs to be for a potential rejection. We do have confluence. Let me take the comment out. Okay, we do have confluence. It's definitely worth a trade for me. I'm seeing the reaction at the moment. Yes, it is aggressive. You know, some people might say, yeah, this is an aggressive short. But the risk management is amazing. Okay, this is the short that I've just entered right here. Okay, that is my stop loss, and I'm planning to take profits when we hit support here at the bottom, around about here the 50% Fibonacci. So I have a 10 risk to reward trade here on the table, and my stop loss is 0.13% away. As a tiny stop loss, legends. From a risk to reward perspective, definitely worth the trading setup over here. Okay, it's not about how much money we can make for now. Okay, especially if you're starting out, forget about the money. Forget about how much money you're going to make in this trade. Let's try and win the trade. Okay, that's what it's about. But also still a high chance of being stopped out. But you guys can see when you catch these swing failure patterns and they do play out, okay, it's a phenomenal risk management. Also, I'm not sure if I spoke about this little trade that we entered yesterday here on the live stream. I think I did touch on it yesterday. The long position that we entered over here. Right, we entered a long position over here. I was targeting the highs. My stop loss was really tight, okay? And I did tell everyone TP1, TP2. This is where I took 50% profits. And then I got stopped out at break even because I protected my position. If you guys remember correctly, I protected my position. Okay, I took 50% profits, hoping that we are still going to go and claim the high. Okay, and then I got stopped out at break even with 50% profits in the bag. Right, so you could say that, you know, it's a half. It played out halfway. But for me, it's still a successful trade. I managed to make 50% profits over there. Okay, I didn't lose money when I got stopped out, so I won at the end of the day. I managed to scrap some dollars from the market. Okay, and this is what we're attempting here right now at the moment. Legends, remember to smash up that like button if you haven't done so already, because here we do pure technical analysis. Yesterday I spent quite some time on the larger time frame explaining to everyone why I still see the possibility of a potential bull market to the upside that could even go and hit $400,000. Okay, by no stretch of the imagination am I saying that that is definitely the scenario. I just showed you the data that points in that direction. For now, the highest probability is still to continue the corrective structure and maybe still go and make one more high, round about $120,000. Okay, cool. So that to date still remains the highest probable scenario. Okay, cool, legends. Currently getting a little bit of a rejection. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Yes, a little bit in profits, okay, 5% in profits. Let's see if this is going to play out. If price starts moving down a little bit more, then I'll protect my position. It's too early to protect your position now, because often what happens is price retraces. If you protect your position now, and price just does that, stops you out, and then it leaves, it's frustrating. And you get stopped out and price actually leaves without you, and it goes and hits your TP. So I'm just going to leave my position now. I want price to fall a little bit further before I'll go and protect my position. Okay, so $100 competition, or $100 competition, $100 challenge. Okay, still going over here, right? Still going. And remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me, links are down in the description, where I've got weeks up to 50% deposit cash back, up minimum $200, you get $100 back, maximum $2,000, you get $1,000 to trade with. Okay, and 0% maker fee, 25% discount on your taker fee. And also, all you need is an email and a password. Bluffin is also running an amazing deal at the moment. I got confirmation this morning. Okay, Bluffin is running a 10% cash back. Okay, if you deposit it up to $50,000 for the first 50 users, right? If you deposit $1,000, you get $100 cash back to trade with. Next 200 after the 50 is completed will get a max cap. Well, it's still basically 10%, right? It's still 10%, but here you have a maximum of $50,000 to qualify for the 5,000. Okay, here you have $30,000. So if you're a larger trader, a larger portfolio trader, it's definitely worth looking into this. Also, okay, when you deposit those large amounts of cash, they will automatically upgrade you to VIP 1 for 25k and VIP 2 for 50k, where they reduce your fees and you qualify for certain perks and benefits. Right, so that is an amazing Bluffin deal running at the moment. And also, the more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. Okay, they still have that $100,000 pool. The more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. So Bluffin, only an email and a password, and weeks. Right, legends, currently getting the reaction, getting the rejection. So far, it looks like this indicator is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, and guys, this is just, you know, for those a pro community member helped me put this together. Didn't help me, he put this together for me. He asked me yesterday, Dewald, if there's an indicator that you would really love, what would it be? And I said, well, the only indicator I use is CVD. So if we can make CVD better, if we can make this one better, I will use it. But I'm not going to use a new indicator because I don't need to use it. So he took this one and he made it better. He included the liquidity heat map inside of it, and now it actually also shows you that there's bearish CVD between those two pivots. Okay, and that was on the Bybit line, or on the all exchanges. It was on this one, bearish CVD. Okay, so it shows you where there's bearish CVD, whether it played out or whether it got invalidated, and where there's bullish CVD. And the ticks basically mean the bearish CVD played out. Bullish CVD started forming here at the bottom. It played out, more bullish, played out. And you can see now this tells you where the bullish and bearish CVDs are. And it tells you also whether it's played out or not. And then on top of that, it shows me the liquidity heat map. And you can see that we have just grabbed that little bit of liquidity there to the bottom. But also we still have lots of liquidity to the top and lots of liquidity here at the bottom. Right, but these are the short little scalping trades that I want to get into. Okay, if I can manage, price can manage to come down and move back up, you know, I can still take advantage of that little move over there. And I mean, purely looking at it from a liquidity perspective, if we successfully get the rejection here and I don't get stopped out, okay, there's a chance that it's going to come to this liquidity pool. So it grabs the liquidity, and maybe it continues back up to come and grab this big liquidity pool here at the top. Right, so let's see how this plays out. So I'm currently testing this CVD indicator. So Mr. Watch and Listen, I hope you're watching. I hope you're listening. Okay, thanks for putting this together. Absolute legend. Okay, but now it's about testing it, making sure that it works, because now I'm still running this one in the background just to make sure. Ooh, and we are forming some bullish CVD. We are forming some bullish CVD. Okay, so I might get stopped out. There's local bullish CVD forming. Let's see, legends. Let's see. Okay, if I do get stopped out, remember, if I get stopped out of this trade and price dips back below, I will re-enter. Well, that is if I can, and I'm not, analyzing and doing whatever I'm doing here on the live stream, right? But there's a little bit of bullish CVD building up. You don't really want to see strength when you're shorting, but I mean, the risk management is pretty amazing, okay? It's pretty amazing. I don't mind getting stopped out and re-entering the trade at a different level. Okay, cool, legends. Now, what I want to do now is... France, yeah, loving the early stream and the way you teach. It's working for me. Many thanks, Jimmy. It's an absolute pleasure, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the education. Hello, is the new CVD template available? Not yet. Not yet. Still testing it out. Still testing it out. There's still a couple of bugs and things that needs to be fixed. For now, right, I'm still using this one, okay? Until I'm comfortable that this one is... It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. Right. But I mean, let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? It looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? It looks pretty awesome. Can we, okay. Do you think BTC will substitute for money? Carisha, that is a deep question that I'm not going to dive into right now. Okay, first want to do some technical analysis, and then we can have those philosophical or fundamental conversations maybe a little bit later. Right. Closed my short. Okay. Well, I just entered a short, but I am seeing a little bit of strength, so there's a high chance that I'm going to be stopped out of this trade, okay? What I would maybe want to do over here is maybe just de-risk myself even a little bit more, okay? Because it looks like it's coming to stop me out, and if it looks like it and it smells like it, I'm just going to de-risk myself ever so slightly, okay? Be defensive with your cash, because there's still a chance that it could fall down. So I don't want to protect my position just as yet. Just want to de-risk myself ever so slightly. Okay, cool, legends. Now let's get back into the meat and potatoes. Let's take this out the way. Switch off the daily point of controls, and I want to now look at this entire structure over here. Okay. Are those who wants to learn trading but couldn't find out my favorite trader. The DXY has a long way down in front of him, looking at the RSI. Yes, Bruno, I know there's a lot of people speaking about the DXY looking very weak at the moment. So we do see that that bullish spillover is coming to flow into risk on assets at the moment. Okay, there's one scenario that I want to talk about today. This little structure, ladies and gentlemen, I did a private live stream inside of our Legends Pro community last night. It was such an amazing live stream because, we help each other, and there are still things that I don't know, okay, and still trying to figure out, even from an Elliot wave perspective. And it was such a nice live stream last night to be able to debate different scenarios and figuring out different scenarios and brainstorming. And that's the power of surrounding yourself with like-minded people, because you can build yourself into a cocoon and, that little echo chamber where you have no one to bounce your ideas against. Okay, so yesterday we brainstormed the scenario that I'm going to discuss right now, and I must say it does look pretty good. And I've done some extensive research after the fact as well, and I must say, for now, this is my highest probable scenario. There's always another scenario and a bearish scenario, but for now, this is my highest probable scenario. So, legends, let's counter structure, because, okay, a couple of things we have to start eliminating is, I see some people are still looking at this structure, okay, as an impulsive structure. This was an impulse to the upside in a 1, this was a 2, and now we're going to rock and roll to a 3 and a 4 and a 5 to the upside. The reason this structure carries the lowest probability out of all the structures that I'm looking at is because in a diagonal, whether it's expanding or contracting, you're not allowed to have a flat corrective structure. A, B, C. That's a flat. It took the high of 1. Okay, so there's a problem. There's a problem over there, right? That's also what gives the structure a little bit of low probability. This 5 over here is a 3-wave structure and not a 5-wave structure. It has to be a 5-wave structure. Even when I zoom into, let's go here, even if I go here onto the 1 minute time frame, okay, this is how I dissect the price action when I do my analysis. Guys, it's not, it's not just I switch the chart on and let's just speculate on different scenarios. There's a lot of work that goes in when I analyze the charts, okay, and then I go live and I share the probabilities. Even on the 1 minute time frame, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't be. 3 is too short. It's the shortest wave. Not allowed. Okay. So the best looking structure is an A, B, C. It's a 3-wave structure, which means it cannot be a 5th wave. Right. So, it's a process of elimination that I'm going through over here. Okay. Now, looking at the structure again, we have problem number 1. There's a flat in number 1. Problem number 2, the 5-wave is a 3-wave structure, not allowed. Problem number 3, it's an expanding structure, which is rare and never preferred unless all other scenarios fail. So, legends, in actual fact, what I want to do is I want to just delete it. There is too many things that's counting against the structure. I know that there are some people, and I've seen it on social media and some of the other communities, that are looking at this structure as a 1, 2, 3 to the upside. It just carries such low probability, I don't even want to consider it. Can we still move to the upside? Of course. I'm going to get to the scenario in a moment. Okay. The scenario that makes the most amount of sense, legends, is what if this is, okay? What if this is an A wave? This is a 3-wave B. And this is a C wave to the upside. Okay, so you have a larger 3-wave structure. That looks better. That now starts looking better. Then what I'm seeing over here is, and now I'm teaching you guys how to do this, okay? This looks like a 3-wave structures, and 3-wave structures are either ABCs or WXYs. This looks definitely like an A wave to the downside because I can count 5 waves in the structure. And then this little monstrosity here to the upside is a B wave, which is a 3-wave structure. That now makes sense. And this drop here to the downside is a C wave. Okay. What also gives a little bit of confidence to the scenario, okay, I'm trying to get it as good as I possibly can, is that you can measure a C wave target if you have A and B. And an extended flat, when you have a flat where the B claims the high and the C claims the low, the target is usually 1.618. So let's go test it. Okay, you take your trend-based fib from the high to the low to the high. Okay, we tap the 1.618. So it balances. This structure now starts making sense. ABC, ABC in a flat, where you took the high, you took the low. Okay, so far, so good. Right? You guys might say, okay, cool, we're on track. Okay, now what? Now what? This is a very confusing structure, and when I go onto the 1 minute time frame, the best way that I can count this structure is an A, B, C to the upside. It's not an A wave to the upside, because if you pull this as an A wave, A, B, where the hell is C? You can't have a 3-wave structure in C, so that pull doesn't make sense. Okay, some people are saying, okay, well, what if this is an A, B? It looks too impulsive. Okay, you could say that that's a 3-wave. Okay, and now we're going up for C wave. It makes more sense. But what makes the structure balance better for me is that this looks like an A, this looks like a B because it's a 3-wave structure, and this drop is a C. Now that looks better. Now, when I look at this entire structure in its entirety, okay, this is forming from the low to the C, A, B, C in a W. A, B, C okay, in a X. Now I'm going ABC, ABC, but that now also looks like a WXY. Okay, so let me just put this over here, because now this, can you guys see how complicated it gets? It gets very complex. This little structure also looks like a W, X, Y. Okay. Let me make this a different, let me make this one a different color, because the colors are going to start confusing us. Okay, and also let me make this the primary one, because I know that X, okay guys, I know this gets very complicated, and I also want to show you how complex corrective structures can get in Elliott wave theory. This looks like a bigger X is formed over here. And this is the only way the structure balances for me, because inside of a larger X wave, you can have a double XY, a WXY. You have an ABC in W, you have an ABC in X, and you have an ABC in Y. So inside of this X wave, you have a double zigzag. You have a, basically you have a WXY. Okay, and I'm going to get to the bigger pictures, and then you can see how this all fits together in terms of the levels I'm watching to the upside. Okay, so now it tells me, legends, that we are now potentially busy with a Y wave here to the upside in a larger 3-wave structure. So this is now, if I zoom out, look how beautiful this starts to look. Okay, we have formed this very complex corrective structure here to the downside, and we are most likely now making a 3-wave lightning bolt corrective structure. And this looks simple, okay, from a picture perspective. It just looks like a beautiful 3-wave structure. Look how complex it is inside of that 3-wave structure. This is why corrective structures in Elliott wave theory is considered the most difficult to track. Okay, right, but now when I zoom out even a little bit more onto the 1 hour time frame, okay, and I do this, then I go, okay, this looks like it's now gelling with that contracting diagonal that we are keeping up from a larger time frame perspective. Do you see how the puzzle pieces starts fitting together? Here we're looking at an A, B, and C is now finishing itself in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracting diagonal. Okay. Which, you know, and I'm going to get to the levels now, okay, which makes the trading levels even now more powerful, and you know where the invalidations and things are, right? But this is now how you put the puzzle pieces together, okay? So if I now zoom into the structure, and I can actually now take all of this mess out, because I do actually have it prepared, legends. I do have it over here, right? I've already done it. I've just remapped it so that everyone can see, okay, how I did it, right? Cool. So now, legends, looking at this structure, something that I learned yesterday, and maybe I knew about it, I forgot, okay? In an ending diagonal, so if you have a corrective structure that's ending in a C and it is contracting, or it's a diagonal, all the waves inside must be 3 waves. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Must be 3-wave structures. It's not allowed to have 5-wave structures. Okay, so there's a chance that we have, there's a big chance that we have an A, B, C in a 1. We have an A, oops. Okay, let me do that again. We have an A, B, C, and another A, B, C, but you guys get the point. I can A, B, C all day long over here, right? A, B, C, or W, X, Y in a 2. But basically, okay, let me take this all out and just draw it out very quickly. You have a 3-wave structure in 1. You have a 3-wave structure in 2. you have a 3-wave structure in 3 that has to be finished right now. Because remember, we spoke about another scenario. What if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You're not allowed to have a 5-wave structure in a contracting diagonal. So the low has to be in. Okay. Which makes more sense that we have formed a 1, 2, 3, we are done. And now look at this thing that we've just counted here from a WXY perspective. We are now forming a very complex 4th wave here to the upside in a 3-wave structure. To reject above this highs, and then we go down in another 3-wave structure to go and complete the 5th wave that takes the low once again. The 5th wave is allowed to extend. It can break the bottom. It's allowed to break the bottom and extend. You can have an extended 5th wave that then finds momentum back to the upside. So it's not to say that it's just going to tap the trend and bounce right back up. It can get a little bit scary and a little bit choppy to the downside. So this scenario, legends, okay, now presents trading opportunities. Okay, if this is a 3-wave structure, I can go and measure where the highest probable areas are for a rejection. So let's zoom back into the 15-minute time frame and do this. Okay, let's look at this structure. Because I have, where is it? Hello, switch on. Here we go, right? Because I have now mapped out this structure. But basically what you are looking at is a W, X, Y. Your most common Y wave corrective structures. I just want to make sure. Or targets, sorry. Your most common targets. Let me just take these boxes out. Take the brushes out. Is, drum roll, and I'm sure someone in the comments is going to tell me. Okay. The most common target is the 1-to-1 extension and the 1.236. It is very rare for a Y wave to tap the 1.618. It's actually not preferred at all. Then we're looking at something else. Okay, maybe then this is an A, B, C, and it's an extended C wave to the upside. Right, but I'll get to that scenario in a moment. You guys can see there's another scenario, right? But this is where you build confluence. And like I said yesterday during my live streams, legends, what we are looking at is to build areas of confluence so that we know where to short from. So that you don't just enter a short blindly, close your eyes and hope for the best. We're building areas of confluence. It takes work. I spent hours this morning counting, researching, making sure I've got the levels right, fit retracement. And this is why I'm saying day trading is a job. It's a really nice job because I love technical analysis and I can spend hours in front of the chart just trying to figure it out and put the puzzle pieces together, right? So I love doing it, but it is still work. You can't just wake up in the morning, look at the chart and be like, oh, we hit liquidity, I'm shorting. Based on what? Have you done a little bit more research? Have you built areas of confluence over there? Okay, anyways, legends. So the most common targets is the 1-to-1 extension and the 1.236 with a beautiful 3-wave structure to the upside. Elliot wave theory also states if you have a zigzag, this is a zigzag. A zigzag is a 3-wave structure, a lightning bolt. If you have a zigzag in W and you have a very complex corrective structure in X, that formed another WXY inside of X, the highest probability for your Y wave is a ABC to the upside. A, B, C to the upside. Because the Y wave can form a triangle, it can form a flat. And what I was trying to figure out this morning from a probability perspective is because these WXYs can take many shapes and forms. When you have a simple zigzag in a W and you have a complex corrective structure, a WXY within the X, the most common outcome for your Y wave that plays out 7 out of 10 times is an A, B, C to go and complete your Y wave. So this scenario, for now, carries the highest probability, never guaranteed. Okay, unfortunately. So now we know we have areas that we can go watch from a shorting perspective. And this is where things, now I take it a step further. Now I switch off the Elliott wave scenarios, okay? Maybe the only thing I want to leave on is the trend-based fib. So I can switch off everything. I don't need anything right now. All I'm interested in is the targets. Okay, now I've got the targets. And this is now where I go onto the 1 hour time frame. And I now look at this entire structure, and I can switch this off as well. Okay, now I look at the structure and I'm like, okay, I have a 1-to-1 and I have a 1.236. Does it align with anything else that I have on the chart? Let me go and switch on some daily levels, weekly levels, point of controls, and let's see, do we have confluence somewhere? Okay, so here in the middle, right here in the middle, inside of this high volume node, weekly point of control, I have a 1-to-1 extension slightly above. So that could potentially be an epic short. If price had to grind up here, okay, I can short that level. I don't have to wait for the weekly point of control. I can get an entry over here, and then obviously if it finds weakness below the level, then I mean it could potentially fall. It could even come and claim the low, right? This could be an epic trade over here. 1-to-1 extension, it grabs all of this liquidity. And also when I look at the liquidity heat map, you guys can see how much liquidity is above, right? That zone, can you guys see? Look at all that liquidity, right? Is at that level. Okay, and then a little bit further up, I do have confluence. I have a naked point of control and the 1.236. Okay, so I've got confluence. I know where to short from. I'm going to put in my alarms and I'm going to wait for those levels. You can even take it now a step further. Okay, never stops, right? And you can take your fib from the high to the low. Okay, you can draw some Fibonacci confluence as well to say that, oh, wow, look at this. If I take a fib from the high to the low, the golden pocket is in alignment with the 1-to-1 extension. Beautiful. This 1.236 and even the 1.382, I have seen Y wave targets tap the 1.382, but there's some synergy between the 786 and the 1.236. So shorting zone. I do have a hunch, legends. I just have a little bit of a hunch. We're not going to get the rejection over here because there's too many eyes on this level. I see everyone talking about this weekly point of control. So perhaps, let's see. I'm still going to monitor the reaction, okay? Perhaps what price will do is it will reject, flip it into support, and go to the next level and reject over here. Scare the crap out of these people. Oh, crap. We have shorted the crap out of this level. Now we jumping to the upside. Then you get the rejection. Okay, because that's what usually happens. Market makers, when too many eyes are on a specific level, they either smash it to scare the crap out of those people and liquidate the positions, especially if you went in with 100x positions, okay, and then it gets the weakness to the downside. Okay, so you guys can now see, that is how you build confluence. Where I've taken Elliott wave theory, I've combined it with naked point of controls, daily levels, fib extensions, fib retracements, and now I have a trading plan. I've zoomed out onto the larger time frame to see, well, there's now a contracting diagonal that could also potentially play out, where this larger corrective structure now to the downside is potentially forming that, A, B, C, which tells me that there is still a chance, even though we move up, that we could reject and claim the low. And then you have a contracting diagonal. Woo. Right. Legends, let's go through some comments over here. Wave 5 equals 5 wave. Everything inside must be 3 waver. Justin, wave 5 equals 5 wave. Everything inside must be 3 waver. Right, I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say over there. Okay, don't let the stream be missed. Opportunity, secure your gains by smashing that like. Can you stream every morning? Happy Alien. Well, I will try. Okay, but at least I can commit to at least 3 times a week. I want to do a morning stream and an afternoon or evening stream. Okay, but today it will only be this stream. Okay, it's Friday. I've got some plans with family and friends later this evening, so I won't be able to stream later. So this is why I decided to do a little bit of an earlier stream today. Okay. Don't forget to like our teacher. Thank you so much. Ek's no lus vir 'n koeksister. Hondak, I've got a South African or someone that knows how to speak Afrikaans here in the chat section. That is my native language, is Afrikaans. But I mean the universal language is English. So I mean, even here in South Africa, when you are in the work environment, you need to be able to speak English, because we do have 11 official languages in South Africa. So there needs to be one language that everyone understands, and that is English. That's why I learned English. But I'm actually a South African. I actually speak Afrikaans fluently. Right, cool, legends. Okay. Now, I want to dive into another scenario. I just need a sip of my cold drink. Let's go. Okay. Do not for one moment think that this is the scenario. There's always another scenario. And that is now the unfortunate thing. That's why easy as never. That is why trading is never easy, okay? But the beauty about it is we have areas of confluence. We have areas of confluence, and we have our alarms, and we're going to pay attention, because we could catch that short here to the downside that takes the low, right? That could be a nice little epic short here to the downside. We are prepared for it. Okay, if there is no reaction, there's another scenario, legends. Let me take this out. Okay, let me take this out. Let me clean up the weekly levels. There's another scenario in the form of this. Okay, it is still a corrective structure. It's also a very complex corrective structure, where you basically have formed an A. Okay, let me make this bigger. Let me make this one bigger. Let's call this one the minor. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. But you have basically formed also an A, B, C in W. You have now, and you are now creating a complex X corrective structure, which could be an ABC and a W. It could be another ABC in an X. And now we're going up in an ABC, extended C to the upside, where you now basically have a WXY inside of an X. Remember that WXY that we counted inside that mini structure? This is now just bigger. Okay, same count, just much bigger. Which means that we could go higher. We can invalidate the contracting diagonal. Okay, you break out and you find continuation to the upside, making the world believe that we have invalidated the bearish scenario. The low is in and we back into bull market territory. And what you then do is you form a larger ABC here to the upside to complete an X wave that claims $95,000. And then you go back and you claim the lows again. You scare the crap out of everyone. Okay, so this scenario is not off the cards. But what the scenario does present, okay, is that if I zoom back here onto the 15-minute time frame, okay, and we look at those levels. Oh, okay, I need to do 1 hour rather over here. Okay, we have those areas to the upside that we have identified. I'll take this out, clean up the chart ever so slightly. Okay, we have our area of interest over there, and we have our area of interest slightly above, let's say over there. Okay, we have those two areas of those levels that we've just identified. If price goes up, you could still get the rejection, find support. This is why it's important to take profits at support. Okay, and it bounces. It could reject again, find support, you take profits, and it bounces. Then we know, okay, now, if it swing failures from this high, I am interested, because it could swing failure from the high and get acceptance back below. There's a massive pool of liquidity above these highs. So it would be nice to go and grab that liquidity. You stop everyone out. And I mean, this is going to be an epic move all the way to the downside. The bad news about this structure, legends, and it still carries high probability, is that it could potentially go a lot deeper than what people think the corrective structure is going to go. Because in a WXY, you're supposed to take your FIP, trend-based FIP, from the start of W to the end of W to wherever X is going to end. I'm just going to put it at this pivot because I don't have a high there yet. Now I'm just speculating. The most common targets for a Y wave is the 121 and the 1.236. Look how low we could potentially go if we get this scenario over here. So this could potentially be an epic short to the downside if you are able to catch this X, okay, because the 0.618 is also a Y wave target, a little bit more rare, but it's the minimum target. This is the most common targets. So the bad news about this scenario is that you could have a much deeper correction to the downside. And I mean, it could get quite scary, because if I zoom out here onto the 8-hour time frame, just to try and put it into perspective, let's say that the Y wave hits the maximum target at the 1.236. Let's just say that it's going to do that. Will it invalidate the bullish structure? So you need to take a trend of your FIP from the low to the high, and you can see, okay, it's going to tap the 0.88, which increases the probabilities of taking the low. But there's still a chance, because this could still be a three-wave structure to the downside. And then when the world is bearish, Bitcoin is going to shit. Okay, we told you it's the bear market. I can just imagine the thumbnails, and everyone said, we told you. Dewald, why did you even do that live stream of yesterday? You should actually go and delete it. It's an embarrassment. Okay, I can just imagine the fear to get an epic bounce that no one has seen and no one is expecting. Okay, we do have the 1-to-1 extension at the 786. But just to give you guys an idea, if the WXY structure does play out, we could get a nasty dump to the downside that does not take the low. And we could still continue up bullishly, because this is a corrective structure and you want to see a bounce. So it's very interesting how the puzzles piece together, and it's all about eliminating scenarios when price moves to the upside. Okay. What's also interesting, legends, remember to smash up that like button if you'd like to come and trade Bitcoin here with me. I've got Weeks and Bluffin down in the description, where you get the biggest bonuses and sign up trading fees. Okay, so I want to quickly do this, legends. I want to take you to this scenario. This is actually the scenario that we want. This is the scenario I think that most people would want, okay, because it's not going to go as deep. It's going to bounce at a pretty nice level to the downside, and it's not going to scare the crap. But I think from a market psychology perspective, the WXY actually makes more sense. If the market makers really want to make people extremely bullish right now so that they can build up liquidity below this low, okay, remember, if price continues to pump over here, what's going to happen? People are going to start pushing out thumbnails, and social media is going to say the low is in. Especially if you break this trend, okay, the low is in. Boys, let's rock and roll here to the upside. What happens? People start entering with large amounts of cash, and they put their stop losses below this low. Okay, liquidity is just going to build up there like a crazy thing, right? And you give them hope. It's pumping. Okay, they add more stop losses. The more you pump, the more liquidity builds up over here, right? So I think from a psychology perspective, it's a very interesting scenario. Only to claim the damn high, or even go here to $100,000, right? That psychological number. You reject, and you go and you stop all of them out. You scare the crap out of them, It makes people believe that we are now in a bear market because now you're forming a WXY in a 3-wave structure. You even bounce here on $56,000, $61,000. And then once the market is now completely wiped out, because there's a lot of short liquidation. So you wipe out all the shorts. You wipe out all the longs. Okay, you made people believe that the bull market is back. You drop it like a mother trucker here to the downside. You make the world believe that we are in a bear market, and then you send it to the upside. And I know I'm being a little bit dramatic over here, legends, but I love market psychology. And I think from a market psychology perspective, this is the best scenario. Are we going to get it? I have no idea. But I mean, it does make sense from if the market makers want to mess up your psychology and play around with the retail investors. Okay, this is a beautiful market psychology move. Okay, you make people believe we're bullish, you build up liquidity, you send it down. What's going to happen? If you lose these lows and you start falling, you know what's going to happen? People are going to start building up short positions. Where are they going to put their stop losses? Above the high. Okay, the bear market's here, guys. I want to catch the bear. This time, I'm going to catch the bear market. I'm not going to be fooled by it's not the bear market, okay? It's just liquidity is going to build up here, especially if you get a deep correction here to the downside. And then you send it to the upside. Everyone is too scared to long over here. So they're shorting. So there's no long liquidations anymore, and then they send it here to the upside. So from a market psychology perspective, very, very interesting scenario. Okay, right. So something else I quickly wanted to show everyone, and I've been drawing like a crazy person over here. So let's zoom quickly into the structure. Okay, the contracting diagonal. Okay. I'm not sure if I've shown everyone this, but if you take a parallel channel, okay, and remember to smash up that like buttons, legends, for the education and alpha over here, right? If you take a parallel channel from this pivot and you connect it to this pivot and you drag it across to this pivot over here, okay, how will we know once this scenario... Okay, I think I got stopped out of that trade. By the way, legends, I think I got stopped out of the trade, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I got stopped out, okay? There was bullish CVD building up, right? There was local bullish CVD building up. No reaction, no trade. We still have a daily level. So please make sure, while I'm doing analysis over here, pay attention to the daily level. Okay, I'm going to set an alarm on the daily level so that we can pay attention. Let's put the alarm over there. We have another level to the upside. Right, cool. Okay. Now, let's look at the structure. Okay. A contracting ending diagonal has to be contracting. Okay. It has to squeeze together. Okay, that's contracting. If you take a parallel channel and you connect 1 and 3 over here with the high point over here, this fourth wave is not allowed to tap the top of the channel. That's basically that's the rule. That's the invalidation. Once we tap the top of this channel, you increase the probabilities that you're most likely going to break out, okay, and start claiming liquidity above these highs. And then that could potentially now be your X wave. Okay, that's the only way that we are going to know that the fourth wave has been invalidated. The reasons I've identified these levels above those highs and the level over there is because this could all still be part. This could still be the fourth wave. So let's say, for example, let's play this out. Let's say the maximum target, okay? The maximum target for the local WXY. Oh, I took that level out for some reason. Is somewhere in this zone, right? I remember it is there. That's the maximum target for this local WXY. WXY. Okay, that's the maximum target. Okay, now my fourth wave is over there. All you will do is you will adjust, you will take your trend and you'll do that. But you can see that it's still contracting. Still a contracting move. Okay, It has not invalidated the fourth wave. And this is what I'm saying, legends, we need to pay attention to the 121 and the 1.236. Because you could still form the fourth wave, and then you form a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once we take the lows again, after we've successfully rejected here, that X scenario is done. It's no more. Okay, it's no more. This could be the low, and we could continue momentum back to the upside. Okay, so not an easy place that Bitcoin finds itself in. It's either going to reject without tapping the parallel channel, or it's going to break out and reject in this zone somewhere, okay, to create the X. So both scenarios, and this is now / bullish, bearish, okay, depending on how you look at the market, okay, this is now good news or bad news, but both scenarios still points to price taking the low. And unfortunately, those two scenarios are the highest probable scenarios at the moment. There is another scenario where the low could potentially be in. It's done. Okay, and during a couple of my other live streams, I have explained why it's still a valid scenario. It hasn't been invalidated, but I've also gone through the details as to why I believe that the scenario is starting to carry lower probabilities. Okay, so legends, it's never easy, right? The low could be in. But I can tell you guys now, you do not want to start. From the low, you do not want to start in a three-wave structure. When we hit this low over here, can you guys remember what we were waiting for? The world, everyone that was watching crypto, what did they want to see? They wanted to see, okay, this was scary. A lot of people got liquidated. Thank God we're getting the bounce. And then we saw this, and we saw this. And when we got here, we were all hoping and holding our breaths for this and this. And it did not happen. We formed a three-wave structure. Okay, you have to start with a five-wave structure to the upside. If the low is in, you want to see this. You want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you want to see 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Or you want to see a contracting diagonal in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't see any of that. It's a damn three-wave structure. Ugly, bloody three-wave structure. And then the only possible bullish scenario, once you formed a three-wave structure like this, was a leading diagonal in a 3 3 3 3 3 3, okay, where you form 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, you form that contracting diagonal to the upside. But all the structures have to be three-wave structures. That scenario carried a 5% probability, okay, and it got invalidated because we took the low, right? We failed to actually create a third wave to the upside. Okay, let me go through some comments. And cool, let me hear what your thoughts are. Let me hear what the community has to say. Okay, let's go. I exited short in profits and entered scalp long, 60% secured already. Nice. Simple D line, how Dewald teach us. Nice. Right, you've executed the D line. I can just imagine. Okay, let me look at this structure. Mr. Junior, I want to see where you clapped that D line from, because I mean, I haven't used the D line in a while, right? But I can just imagine. I just want to do a small little exercise over here. I just want to check something over here. Oh, beautiful. D-line breakout. Okay. You could have had it over there. That's also a breakout. Okay, but guys, I am back testing the D-line strategy using the line chart. I mean, it just sounds like they go so nicely together. The D-line strategy with the line chart. What I have found so far is that if you had the way that we've been trading it, you have your trend line on the wicks, okay? It literally just broke out. Great. And yes, momentum can continue, okay? Just pay yourself when you start hitting major resistance. Please start paying yourself, because this is where we're also looking for those short opportunities, right? But now look at when I change this to a line chart. Okay, which means that you can drag your trend down which means that you could have had a breakout long ago already. Okay. And your risk management below the lows. Right. So I must say I'm really enjoying the line strategy, and I've also been using it on AR. Okay, AR broke out. I used the line strategy. Link, I used the line strategy. So it's been working out beautifully on some of the breakouts. Okay, it just gives you a better entry. That's what I love about using the D-line strategy on the line chart. It removes the noise from the chart. You don't see red, you don't see green, it's just a damn line. You're trading the line. Okay. And it gives you better risk management. So nice one, Mr. Junior. Well done. Okay. So try it out. Go and back test it. Go back test the line strategy using the line chart. I can tell you guys now, the results so far is better than the results using candles. So, I mean, and this is how you improve, and this is how you evolve as a trader. I'm constantly trying out new things, backtesting new strategies, trying to stay, how can I improve? So if I made 10% on my portfolio last month, how can I squeeze out 12 or 15% out of my portfolio next month? I'm constantly trying to enhance my trading strategies, to optimize my trading strategies. Okay, finding new ways of risk management. Now, this line strategy using the line chart is what I like at the moment based on my results to date, and I'm not finished yet. It gives me better entries, which means I have better risk management. Okay, you can still see resistance. You can still see your resistances. There's resistance. There's resistance. There's resistance. It still identifies resistance and supports beautifully. It just takes the wicks. Okay, it uses the body of the candles to draw the line, and it eliminates the wicks. So it actually cleans up the chart and makes it a lot less noisy. I think that's the best way to say it. Okay, right. This D-line strategy, guys, is very powerful in a trending market. Okay. Happy Pac-Man, Dewald is master. I'm barely a sock smoker. Right. Can you tell me why I can't margin trade on Binance? Well, it depends on your region, okay, whether you are allowed to, whether your country has set out the rules, okay, maybe you need to submit documentation like ID verification, proof of address. I'm not sure. You need to contact the exchange or go into your profile and see why it's preventing you from margin trading. Okay, happy alien, where in the world are you? Smash that like button for the education. Yes, legends. I see the mods are having a party here inside the com section. Makes a lot of sense. Psychology student here, lol. Yes, you guys. I mean, I love the psychology of the market. Okay, and when you bring psychology into the game, it's a very interesting scenario. That WXY scenario is a very interesting scenario. Okay. It's, just remember, guys, there's a scenario where you could come above the highs. Okay, so this could be an epic breakout, right? Just remember to pay yourself when you hit resistance. This could be an epic breakout that goes and claims the highs. It could very well be. Well, even go higher, right, to $95,000. Well, yeah, that's basically the highs over there. It would be interesting to see from a liquidity perspective. Okay, let's go and have a look at liquidity here quick. Right, let's look at the normal liquidity heat map. Let's do this. Let's put it on model 2. Let's go on to the 2 week. Just waiting for it to load up. Yeah, I mean, that's 84. 95 still up. Right, we're going to have to zoom out even more. Let's go to the 1 month. Oh, okay, well. Most of the liquidity is actually sitting at 100K, right? Most of the liquidity is sitting at 100K. Can this X structure take us all the way to 100K? Yes, maybe you could have a double zigzag in a Y wave, ABC. I don't know, right? Let's see if we can get there. I don't know if the structure will have enough steam to get to 100K in an X wave, but I mean, okay, we will go and brainstorm that scenario. We will go and brainstorm that scenario to say, well, is there enough steam in an ABC? Okay, because if this, okay, now this is what's concerning. If this is an, I need to take a trend-based fib. Sorry guys, let me go back to the candles. Right, nice little breakout here, by the way. Mr. Junior, you've been paying attention in class, right? I mean, I should have actually looked at the D-line strategy and just played the long back to the upside. Anyways, it is what it is, right? I did tell everyone I'm not going to be aggressive with that account. Okay. If I take a trend-based fib from the low to the high to the low, and I'm trying now to get maximum targets over here. Can it be? I mean, A, B, C. It's a very rare target, guys. I must just say, the 2.618 is a very rare C wave target. It's very overextended, but I have seen it play out. I have seen it. Unless it's a three-wave structure here, it's a three-wave structure here, and it's another three-wave structure up. That will look better in a double zigzag to the upside. To have a simple zigzag to the upside just to go and hit C, I think is highly unlikely. What you'd rather want to see is an A, B, C. It rejects at a target where it needs to reject. You get another A, B, C to the downside. Okay? In a three-wave structure. So this is basically forming your A. This forms your B. Okay, but now you have ABC, ABC, ABC. And this forms your biggest C. Then you can get there. So it's all going to be dependent on what happens over here. Okay, but there is a chance to have a double zigzag, it's basically a double zigzag here to the upside. Okay. Right, cool legends. What else? Let's go through some more comments. So basically, it's against the law. It's Friday. After open markets, everything goes down. Yes, I've seen that last week. What happened as well? Okay, regional problem. If it's I'm not sure. A regional problem. Yeah, there's some things you can do. I'm just not sure if I should say it here. You guys can type it in the comments, the mods. Okay. There's things that you can do, and yeah, I don't want to say it here on the live stream. I don't want to get banned, guys. Okay, it's Friday, open markets, right? So basically, it's against the law. Yes. Well, yeah. Follow the rules in your country, right? But I mean, if you do want to trade leverage, okay, and you can use Weeks and Bluffin. You can use Weeks and Bluffin because all you need is an email and a password. Just saying, right? Just saying, because I also can't trade features on Binance in South Africa, but I can on Weeks, Bluffin, Bybit, and Mexi. Okay, they allow me to do those ones. But Weeks and Bluffin, you don't need to provide documents. All you need is an email and a password, and you can start trading. Right, so if you want to do some features trading, here's two options. This is why I have these two options. Okay, because you might be from one of these countries that the people are talking about. Okay, right. Cool. I want to refresh this and see what is happening over here. We are building up Berry CVD against this little pivot over here. Can you guys see we're building up Berry CVD against those two pivots? Just want to take the comment here out the way. But, there's a big but. When I go into the local time frame over here, 15-minute time frame, something disturbing here to the upside, okay, which gives the probability a higher chance to go and claim the highs is this. Did you guys see this? If you take a fib from the high to the low, did you guys see this? We tapped the 0.88, which increases the probability that you're most likely going to claim the high before you claim the low, and now we're going up to go and claim the high. So there's a high chance that it will still come and grab this high with this breakout here to the upside, okay? There's a high chance because of that little bad boy over there. Okay, right, legends. Also, something that I yes, Mr. Pac-Man, you said it, right? You said it. Can any Can anyone write in the comments that illegal thing? You guys are funny, right? You guys are funny. I just don't want to get my videos deleted over here, right, legends? But there's always, when there's a will, there's a way, right? You just, you use weeks or bluffing, right? That's what you do. That's what you do. Okay, cool, legends. Now I want to take some time. Remember to smash up that like button, and I want to quickly talk about Doge. Okay, I want to go on to the 1 hour, the daily time frame. Yesterday, I wanted to speak about Doge and I ran out of time. So today, I just want to quickly focus here on Doge. Guys, don't look at the trends. They get all funky wonky when I change from regular to log scale. Okay, when I'm back at regular, it looks pretty good, right? The trends make sense. So please ignore the trends. Okay, maybe I can switch them off so they don't bug anyone. Okay, let me do this. Where's all the damn trends? Let's switch them off. Okay, that's most of them. Okay, there we go. The interesting thing about Doge. Okay, and you might be thinking to yourself, why on earth is Dewald talking about a damn meme coin in this bearish atmosphere that we find ourselves in? Dewald is talking about Doge. He must be smoking his socks. Guys, I just like to talk about things that looks really good from a technical perspective, okay? I have prepared a little bit of a scenario over here. What the beauty, purely from a simple technical perspective, okay? You want to see price action climb the stairs to the upside. So technical analysis, one-on-one. Look at this. You rejected, you broke out, consolidated, but finally you broke out and you flipped it into support. So now you're climbing the stair. You climbed the stair successfully over here. Okay, you broke out, you did an RS flip, you broke out, and now you're potentially doing an RS flip. So you're basically climbing the stairs to the upside, and every time there will be a new box that's going to form. So from a technical perspective, it looks pretty good, right? It really looks pretty awesome over here. And then I've prepared another little bit of a bullish case scenario to say that, well, I'm not going to look at this structure. Let's ignore the structure, because by me including the structure actually makes things more insane to the upside. So I've just ignored the structure for now, and I'm looking at the structure from October 2023. I'm looking at this structure only. I don't want to be super bullish by including this structure. Now, this is where things become interesting, legends, but it does have an invalidation, the scenario. But for now, the invalidation is very far away, which means that Doge has a lot of breathing room before it can invalidate this bullish structure. So what I'm seeing here on Doge, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is the same thing that I see with Link. Link has the exact same structure, but Doge looks more bullish in terms of where it made this low and how far this low is away. Okay, Link is around about here. Doge is a little bit higher up, but Link has the very similar structure. The invalidation for this entire structure is taking the low, not allowed to take the low. Okay? And it is still kind of likes to be very far away. So if I zoom into the structure, let's just go quickly see where the invalidation is. You guys can see I have counted all the waves. I've done my homework. I spent a pretty good amount of time here on Doge. Okay, so if I take a flip from the low to the high and let's just see where we are. So currently Doge got the bounce inside of the golden pocket. Can you guys see the golden pocket? So what I'm trying to do over here is I'm also trying to envision Bitcoin going up. Maybe it goes to complete the X wave, or maybe it stays in the contracting diagonal. It still makes one more low. So what I'm trying to put, or how I'm trying to put the puzzle piece together over here, is by saying that even if Bitcoin gets a relief rally, it's obviously going to push the alts to the upside as well. Okay, and we go and we make the low at $60,000 or $70,000, right? Doge has a lot of breathing room before it needs to take this low. Okay, I mean, these percentages are absolutely, even from where it is right now to the 786, is still a 32% drop. Okay. And before it needs to take the low is another 50% drop. So there's a good chance that even if Bitcoin takes a dump to the downside, that Doge will survive not taking the low. Okay, there's a good chance because of how much breathing room it still has. Okay, now, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, this is what could potentially play out on Doge. Okay, and I'm using the words potentially. Okay, please guys, I'm telling you guys the invalidations. Obviously, if you invalidate the bullish structure, no more. Okay, but let's just put on the what if hat for now and say that, well, what if Doge finds support? Maybe it still chops sideways and it starts going up. This probability has a high chance as long as Doge does not take the low, where you are forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a 1 corrective structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in another 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, can we see a 3.8 or even a $4 Doge? Okay, people will definitely tell me I'm smoking my socks. Just quickly wanted to highlight the scenario. Okay, there's a chance. There's a chance. And I think considering what Bitcoin could potentially do here on the larger time frame, okay, if I go back here onto the 8-hour time frame, I think Doge still has a lot of breathing room. If Bitcoin goes up, obviously Doge is going to go up. All the altcoins is going to go up, right? Because a rising tide raises all ships. So let's say Bitcoin successfully breaks out over here and it maybe rejects by the highs. Or it still has the contracting move. It rejects at the trend and it makes one more low. And now we continue. That is not enough to invalidate some of these bullish structures. There's too much breathing room to the downside. But I mean, okay, it just has to be said that the market is here to surprise us. I just have to point out to say that from a technical perspective, as long as Doge does not take the low, this scenario carries high probability. Okay. So perhaps, you know, that altcoin season that no one believes is coming anymore, maybe it's just building up, right? It's building up a spring. Maybe the altcoin season, you know, it's at a phase where no one believes it's going to come anymore. Everyone has sold their altcoin portfolios. Everything's just going to zero. And then this happens here to the upside. I mean, wouldn't that be something, right? Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. Anyways, guys, I do have a spot bag of Doge. It's one of the very few meme coins that I do hold in my portfolio. And, right, and when I did the technical analysis over here, I was like, wow, right, this really, really looks good. And this is why I purposefully did not include this structure. Because all that will mean by me including this structure in the count, if I include this structure, it means you're going to get that. One more leg. Because then you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You're going to have 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So I'm purposefully just excluding the structure because it actually becomes more bullish, right? So I'm just taking it from here. Right, so that's something that I wanted to share on Doge, but you guys can you guys can see that Link has a very, very, very similar structure to Doge. Okay, I know that a lot of people are looking at this structure saying that this is an ABC and we're just going to fall here to the downside. Yes, that is the bearish case scenario. I'm just highlighting the bullish case scenario, is to say that as long is exactly the same as Doge, as long as the low does not get taken. Okay, well, you can see Link just dipped a little bit further. Doge found support here. Link went a little bit further, but it still has a lot of breathing room. It's almost in the exact same boat as Doge. It looks like some of the altcoins are building up 1-2 structures, double 1-2s, and they are building up for something, okay? And I'm not saying it's going to happen immediately, okay? Because you can see after the dump, what happened? You had a long consolidation area, before you got the momentum to the upside. So now you got the dump. I wouldn't be surprised if Link does this again and then it gets the pump. So this can still last a little bit longer. Sideways chop. Okay. And that's usually also referred to as the train station, like me and my Andy used to like to talk about, or the accumulation zone, right? This is the accumulation zone, getting ready for the big move to the upside. And I can tell you guys now, if Link starts doing this, and it does not claim the low, and you see that over here, something big is coming. Something big is coming, right? The same with Doge. I think I did actually map out the scenario. Oh, there we go. There we go. I do actually have the scenario here on Link. Okay, I know it looks a little bit messy, but here you guys can see. Let me draw it out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Exactly the same as Doge. Okay, that's why I'm saying Doge and Link looks really good from a structural perspective. Okay, but it has clear invalidations. Okay. $8.2 on Link is the invalidation. If Link takes the low, right, then one could say, well, maybe this was an WXY, or maybe this is an ABC flat, and then maybe it's going to find upwards momentum. Okay, so you basically get an SFP from the highs, but it's not going to be as bullish as building up a 1-double-1-2 structure. Remember, legends, a normal impulse, okay, is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a normal impulse. It's okay. You can still make a lot of money with a normal impulse. The more 1-2s, okay, the higher you want this wave to go, the third wave, the higher this wave, okay, you need more fuel behind it. You know, you need to put a Tesla engine behind it or some rocket fuel behind it. So when a structure does this, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it gives the move a lot more acceleration, where this is usually a 1.618 tap, where when you have multiple 1-2s building up, it could sometimes even be a 5.618, a 6.618 tap, okay? It gives the third wave a lot more acceleration to the upside. And then at the top, you also get the 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, because now it has to end the same way that it started, okay? So it's not going to be great if they invalidate the structure, but I still expect upwards momentum. So even if Doge had to come down here, okay, claim it, right? It could be seen as an ABC, right? But we can still get momentum to the upside. It might not just go as high as we want it to go, right? So this looks like it's a beautiful momentum build up for something big to come over here, okay? I have seen a prediction, and it's not my words, guys. I do think that it's absolutely crazy. I have seen a prediction of $40 Doge. I don't think it will happen during this cycle. Maybe in the next 30 years, maybe in the next 40 years, not during this cycle. There's the market cap. To get $40 Doge from a market cap perspective, it's just not possible. Okay, it's just not possible. So guys, don't smoke your socks and believe silly analysis like that, right? Let's stay flat on the earth and reasonable. I think if Link, for example, can respect the structure and not invalidate it, I do think Link during this cycle, if we do get an altcoin season, it does not invalidate the low. I do think, okay, dare I say that we can get $100 Link. That is my target for Link. It's $100 during this cycle. But we need the altcoin season. We need money to flow back into the altcoins. We need Bitcoin dominance to drop. We need the bull market to obviously continue. And so there's a lot of things that needs to happen before we can get the bullish targets on some of the altcoins. But this structure, if it does stay valid and it doesn't invalidate itself, the structure looks like it's building up the potential to shoot it up. Okay, it's building up the momentum. And the beautiful thing about Link is the most beautiful double 1-2 structure, guys, in Elliott wave theory is that you have a large 1-2 and then your second 1-2 needs to be smaller, 1-2. That is textbook double 1-2 combo, and then you get the 3 to the upside. It almost forms that contracting diagonal, okay? And you have a large 1-2, a smaller 1-2, and look at Link. Large 1-2, smaller 1-2. It just looks very sexy from a textbook perspective. Okay, can we get that? Let's see. Right, legends, let me go through some comments. You guys, I know you guys thinking that I'm smoking my socks. Dewald has done 2 live streams this week where he's just been the only bullish peanut in the packet. Okay, people are laughing at me, but I mean, okay, I just need to present the technical analysis at the end of the day. But how do you know? How do you know? Okay, you guys are talking to each other. I'm not sure. I don't think that question was targeted towards me. Any thoughts about FET? Right, you guys want some altcoin requests. Okay, I'm going to have to spend some. If you guys want me to do proper technical analysis like I've done on Link, like I've done on AR, like I've done on Doge, I can't do it here on the live stream unless I spend a good 2 hours analyzing the entire structure. People get bored, right? So I like to do the preparation work before the live stream if you want me to go into this much detail. Okay, it's not impossible. I can do this in live, but it's going to be, that's what it more or less looks like. So let's go and, for example, look at, and Elizabeth, let's go look at FET. Okay, maybe I do have a scenario plonked out for FET. I just, I need more time. Oh, look at this. Dewald is so prepared, right? Yeah, who cares for alts? Market them. I get you, right? I get you. Who wants to look at alts, right? But I mean, just out of curiosity, okay, let's just go back here onto the regular structure. For FET, okay, I'm looking at a 1, 2, and it still needs a third wave here to the upside to go and tap $6. The invalidation for the scenario is very close. Okay, well, no, actually not. The invalidation for this scenario is 16 cents. FET has now tapped the 0.618, so it can even come still to 31 cents, and the scenario will still be valid because there you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so FET actually still looks bullish until the low is taken at 17 cents, 16 cents. Okay, so there's some quick and dirty analysis. The most conservative target, if the structure does stay intact, is the 1.618 at $6. Okay, I know you have a spot on FET. Yes, I do have a spot bag of FET. Okay, and chances are, if I have done technical analysis on it, which is already prepared, chances are I do have a spot bag, because I'm not going to do in-depth technical analysis on a token that I don't even have in my spot bags, okay, and that I don't care about. Right, legends, still getting the pump here to the upside, right? It's just not stopping. Mr. Junior, you played the D-line strategy here very successfully to the upside, okay? Ooh, and I mean, there's a very high chance that it's going to at least come and claim the highs for your TP1, okay? Very high chance, and then TP2, okay? And then TP3, right? Okay, you can actually use these trend-based fibs as your TP areas as well. Okay, anyways, I mean, it looks like it could pump over here in a 3-wave structure. Now the question is, okay, how far are we going to pump before the market closes today? Because it's usually on Fridays before the market closes that we see a little bit of volatility, and then tomorrow, okay, we're going to get this, we're going to get that. That was Saturday and Sunday morning. Okay, if you want to take a break from the charts, do it on Saturdays, because that's what you get. You're going to stare at the charts the whole day, okay, where you could have bribed a steak and had a beer, okay, and just have some fun outside in the sun, right? I'm telling you guys now, Saturdays is going to do this, okay? Or maybe Saturday is going to do this. It's slowly going to grind to the downside, but you're not expecting fireworks on Saturdays, okay? I saw a stat the other day. It is said that 79% of the time Bitcoin ranges on Saturdays and Sunday mornings. It does this. It does nothing. Okay, 79% of the time. So, I mean, that's a high stat. And remember, legends, Fetch, Link, AR, Doge, and Bitcoin can be traded with the links down in the description, where you only need an email and a password to do some features trading, swing trading, spot trading, okay, whatever is your preference. You get the biggest sign-up bonuses and lowest trading fees. Okay, legends, that is unfortunately all I have time for today. Okay, have yourselves an amazing weekend. Maybe I'll be live during the weekend. We'll see how price action develops. Have a great one. Until the next one, cheers for now.